Hi, guys. Welcome back to the Yoga Shack. I'm your host, Rachel. So let's do our full gentle class today. So for today's practice, you need a couple blocks and a strap and a bolster if you have it. If you don't have a bolster, I'm sure you can do it without. So just make sure you have some comfortable clothes on, and we'll start seated in a comfortable position, so you can be cross-legged, or you can have your legs folded under you, or you could even be in a chair. We're not picky here. So just make sure you're comfortable. You can have your spine long. And once you find your seat, allow your eyes to close. And just notice the cooling feeling of the eyelids on your eyes. Feeling all that electromagnetic activity in the eyes beginning to reset, beginning to find its way back to a neutral place where the eyes feel healthy and able to focus. Begin to follow your breathing. And feel how that simple act of just noticing the depth and rate of your breathing, how it begins to pull your mind present, pulling it away from whatever you were coming from, pulling it away from maybe a future that hasn't happened yet. And it brings you here into this space time, gathering in all parts of yourself, feeling them gather, feeling them anchor and ground down, feeling where you're making contact with the floor, the weight of your body, and also the pressure that's coming up from the floor as it supports you. Begin to allow your breath to deepen now. Coming into a really simple pranayama where we're just going to take it into the belly on the inhale, feeling the lungs expand. And then as you exhale, feel the lungs relaxing as the belly relaxes in towards your core. So there's this outward expansion on the inhale. And on the exhale, everything just falls back in, finding your center. Feeling the inhale and exhale begin to equal out so that your inhale and your exhale are the same count, the same rhythm. And now let's take the right arm and just wrap it around your lower ribs towards your waistline here. You're just wrapping the right arm around and then taking the left arm and wrapping it around your other side of your lower ribs, like the lower ribs waist area here. And we're just going to bring the hands to the opposite sides of the ribs. And on your inhale, press the hands into the sides of the ribs. And then as you exhale, help squeeze the air out by just pressing a little bit into the lower ribs with the hands. So you're giving yourself a tighter hug on the exhale. And on the inhale, just giving yourself a little gentle feedback. And then exhale and just pull it, helping empty all the lungs of any stale air, renewing the body. Good. Doing one more breath like that, one more full inhale and exhale. Letting the hands drop away. And then notice maybe you freed up some more space in the lower ribs. Maybe there's a little more space in your upper waist, lower rib area. So that's an area that can hold a lot of tension. So hopefully we're just freeing it up a little bit here. Feeling the inhale and exhale equal. Inhale, Same as the exhale. Good. On your next inhale, let the arms float up overhead. Palms come together. Exhale, pull down. Inhaling, drawing up. Reach up. Exhale, pull down. And one more. Exhale, pull down. Stop at the solar plexus, letting the right hand swivel on top of the left hand. Is there any dedication you'd like to make today for this practice? Is there a reason why you're doing it? Do you have an intention for yourself? Bringing the palms together in front of the heart center. Let's begin with an Om. Excellent. So now coming down onto the floor, hug your knees in towards your chest, crossing the right ankle on top of the left ankle. Right ankle on top of the left ankle, rocking side to side, hugging the knees in. And then if you can reach, bring your hands down to the outer feet. So you're holding opposite feet here, rocking side to side. And breathe as you go. It feels so good. All right, and then reverse the ankles. Left ankle on top, right ankle underneath. You can hold on to the outer feet, or you can hold on right below the knees on the shins. And again, rock side to side. Feeling the curve of the back body as you rock side to side. Good. Come back to center. Raise the hands and feet up towards the ceiling. Circle the ankles, circle the feet, and then go the opposite way. And then shake everything out. Kick it, kick it, kick it. Shake the hands, wave, 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 wave. Shake it side to side. Up and down, and then side to side again. Crazy legs, crazy arms. Good. Man, that's fun. Side to side is fun because it's not usual. It's just different. All right, all right. Just let it feel good. Let it feel good. Shake it out a little bit more. And then draw the knees in towards your chest and let them separate out towards your armpits. And then continue that circle. Sweep the knees all the way around and then back in. So out to the sides. Let them pull away from you and then pull them in. Inhale as they sweep open. Exhale as you sweep back through center in towards the chest. Inhaling around. Exhale, pull in. Feel the rhythm here. Do one more like this. Exhale, pull in. Hug the knees in. Rock a little side to side. Good. Now bring the feet to the floor. Arms alongside the body with the palms up, and let the head roll side to side. Head is rolling side to side. Good. Bring the head back to center. Walk the feet in so they're about one fist width apart, and then walk the feet in towards your bottom so they're a couple inches away. We're going to take the right arm up overhead or as far as your shoulder wants to reach today. And then we're going to reverse it with the left arm up overhead. So you're going to pick a side to inhale to, meaning one arm will be up overhead on the inhale, and then one arm will be up overhead on the exhale. So you pick the side, inhaling, one arm up, exhaling, other arm. Follow the breath. Inhale to one side, exhale to the other. Feel the full length in the arms as you paddle through the air. Inhaling one arm, exhale the other. Good. Do one more just like this. Good. And then we're going to reverse it. So hold here. Inhale. Exhale the other side. So what you're doing now is you're inhaling the opposite arm. The arm that was just exhaling is now inhaling up overhead. Exhaling the opposite. Inhale, exhale, swimming through the air. Feeling the full length in the arms, the rhythm in the movement. Let's do a couple more. One more. Bring both hands up towards the ceiling. Stretch up so the shoulder blades are like kind of reaching off the floor, and then sink the shoulder blades down. Let's do that a couple times. Inhale, like the shoulder blades are sliding away from each other as you reach the fingertips up. Exhale down. One more. Good. Exhale down. Now we're going to go one arm at a time. We're reaching the right arm up first. You're rolling onto the left side of the upper back, and then reach the left arm. Roll onto the right side of the upper back. Right arm reaches. You're rolling onto the left side of the upper back. Left arm reaches. You're rolling onto the right side of the upper back. We're going side to side, rocking from one side to the other. You're rocking from one hip to the other, even. The whole torso swivels as your arm reaches way up, and you're finding a little more space in the shoulders, a little more space in the upper back. Awesome. All right, one more to each side. Last one. Good. Now bring both knees in towards the chest. Give them a hug. And then go back to that circle, but this time we're going to come down with the knees together as the knees push away from the torso, and then circle the legs to the outside as they sweep in towards the chest. Knees together, they push them away. Separate the knees, sweep up and around the outside. Exhale as you push the legs away. Inhale as they sweep out. Exhale as the knees are in and they're pushing away. Inhale as they're the furthest part out. Good. Good. You know what? You can do this any way you want. In reality, the breath can just be feeling really natural to you as you open the hips, gently opening the hips. Remember, it's a gentle practice. Excellent. All right, so now let the feet just come down to the floor, about mat width apart, and let the knees drop side to side. Your hands are on your belly towards the ribs. So it's not lower belly, it's upper belly. And as the knees rock side to side, you're going to push your hands to the opposite side of the knees. So as the knees go to the left, your hands are going over to the right. And then as your knees go to the right, your hands go over to the left. And just slide the hands across, loosening up the whole upper abdomen, lower rib connection. As you go side to side, feel the exhale get a little easier each time. No holding of the breath. Good. We'll do one more to each side. Swiping the hands side to side. Good. And then come back to center. Interlace the elbows right up in front of the chest. And now we're going to let the knees go to one side, the arms reach to the opposite. Legs go to the other, the arms reach opposite. Head follows what the arms are doing. And this should feel really like good. Even if you're feeling like a stretch within your core, we're not looking for any sort of pain feedback or pinching. If you notice any kind of pain or pinching, try lessening the movement so you're not going as far in either direction. And if that doesn't help, just you can go back to one of the versions we were doing before, hugging the knees in towards the chest, and rocking, or the leg circles we were doing. Because this should just feel good. All right, bring it back to center. Hug the right knee in towards the chest. Extend the left leg out onto the floor. Flex both feet, reach through the heels. And then reverse it. So the feet relax as you're reversing it. And then flex the feet once you're in position and hold here. Oh, that's good. And then reverse again. Relax the feet as you travel with the legs. And then flex the feet. Relax the feet. Reverse it. And then flex. Take a deep inhale. Exhale and reverse. Relax the feet. And then flex. I find for myself even that foot relaxed part of this movement is tough. I want to keep my feet flexed, but refrain from that. Really consciously relax them as you're moving, and then once you're in position, then flex the feet. And then relax the feet. Reverse. And then flex. Good. All right. So hopefully you have your right knee back in towards your chest. Relax both feet. And now take a circle with this right leg. Go around in a circle. The arms are doing the work here. It's a little circle. It's central. And then reverse it up, opposite direction. Good. Now keep the left hand on this right leg. And the right hand is going to come to the right outer thigh. And just swipe a few times from the knee up towards the hip. And then swipe down a couple times from the hip down towards the knee. Excellent. All right, just hug the leg back in. One more breath. Exhale and release. Left leg is in. And circle it. And again, it's a centralized circle, nothing too crazy. We're just moving it around. Gently opening up that hip. It's good too, like if you have like an overuse feel to your legs, like you've been doing more walking, these kind of movements are just so good because even if your legs are tired, they're able to do this. They're able to go along for a ride here that your arms are giving them. All right, let's reverse the direction of the circles. Going around. Good. Do one more circle here. Good. Hug the knee in towards your chest. Awesome. All right, now placing the left foot down on the floor, we're going to grab the strap now, and we're going to lasso the right foot. So left foot's on the floor, grabbing your strap. They always seem so long when I'm unrolling them. So I'm going to lasso the strap right either around the ball of the foot. If you can maintain that, that's great. If you can't, bring it towards the arch. So that usually it comes a little bit onto the arch below the ball of the foot. And then extend your leg out. We're just looking for a little stretch here, just to a place where you feel it in the back of the leg. And again, nothing extreme. This is our first foray into this. Just let the back of the neck grow long. The upper back is nice and expanded side to side, but also from top to bottom. And let the low back anchor towards the floor. It's almost like you could take your tailbone and stick it down on the floor. Of course, that would never happen because the tailbone curls up into the body, but just having that idea that you could bring the tail to the floor helps the whole back of the leg get a little bit longer. Good. Release the strap, bending the knee, and then crossing the right ankle on the left thigh, flexing the right foot. And you can stay right here, or you can bring the left knee in towards the chest, or even hug it in towards the chest. And do any little movements you like here to open up the hip. Going one way and then the other. Excellent. Good. Release both feet to the floor and let the knees drop side to side. And then grabbing your strap again, bring the left knee in towards the chest so you can lasso the left foot, extend out. And again, it's our first hamstring stretch on these legs here, so don't go hog wild. We're just looking for a nice, gentle stretch. So what that means, like as far as like stretch feedback goes, it's just a little pulling or that feeling of like a little stinging in the back of the leg, but not so that you have any sharp kind of pain at all. It's just a gentle, mellow stretch that you would get when you are like waking up and you're stretching your body out. Think of it that way. Just lengthening this whole leg. And again, upper back is broad, back of the neck is long, low back. Begin to allow that imagination to come into play where you're feeling the tailbone like it could flare down onto the floor. So as the pelvis is coming into this neutral position, the hamstrings just got a little longer. Okay, one more breath here. And then bending the knee in towards the chest, release the strap, crossing the left ankle on the right thigh. You can stay right here. Or if you like, you can bring the right foot off the floor or hug the right leg in towards the chest and do any little movements you like here. Just let it open up. One way, the other, if you're doing little circles. And releasing both feet down to the floor. And just take a breath, your arms reach way up overhead. Exhale all the way down. Walk the feet in about a couple inches away from your bottom. Feet are parallel. Inhale, curl up into like a little mini bridge. And then exhale, roll down. The arms trace back down to the sides. Inhale, arms arc up towards the ceiling. Exhale, roll, roll, roll down. Feeling each little segment along the spine as it finds its way back to the floor. And then inhale and roll up. Exhale down. One more. Coming on up. Exhale down. Bring your knees in towards the armpits. Give yourself a nice hug here. And then roll over onto your right side. Pause just for a moment. Let everything settle. And then pressing the left hand into the floor. Come on up to sit. And then come around right into a table. Knees are hip width apart. Hands right under the shoulders. And we're going to do something a little different today. So normally we have the middle finger pointing straight towards that short edge of the short end of the mat here. Today, just let them turn out 5 degrees. Let the hands turn out. So the middle finger is pointing off 5 degrees off in its own direction there. And then go into cat and cow. Pick a direction to inhale in, a direction to exhale in, and let the whole spine begin to undulate. Good. Doing one more like this. And then coming back to center. And now pigeon toe your middle finger. You can think of that as like the divining rod here. Pigeon toe the middle finger about 5 degrees in towards the center line. And then again, cat and cow. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. That feels good. All right, now come back to center. Now the middle finger is going to go back to its old classic position. Not that classic position. I'm like thinking, someone flipping the bird. No, we're talking about the classic position of the middle finger pointing towards the short edge of the mat. And then roll the spine up and down. Inhale in one direction, exhale the other way. Come back to center. Walk the arms out a little bit out in front. Shift the hips and back of the knees, coming to a puppy stretch. Stretch it up. Forehead comes down. Give yourself a little traction. Palms are sticky on the mat as the hips reach back towards the heels just a tad. See if there's gentle traction going on. Good. Walk the hands back in under the shoulders. Curl the toes under, lift the knees. We're in our bent knee down dog, and then just pedal the feet a few times, side to side. Oh, that's good. And then walk the hands and feet in towards each other until you come into a forward bend with bent knees. Back of the neck is long. Swivel the head side to side. Nod it up and down. And then walk your hands right up to your lower thighs, upper knee area there, and begin to roll up to stand, helping the back out, giving it a little assist as you come all the way up. And once your head has just found its way all the way up, let the arms float up. Palms come together and then separate out into a V and reach and reach and reach. Reach, 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 and reach a little bit more. Exhale all the way down. Bring the hands behind you. Interlace the fingers. Let the knuckles drop down towards the heels. Open the heart center and give yourself a little shimmy side to side with the knees. The knees are a little bent here. The high knee is coming out behind you. You've got this like little squat going on. And then come all the way up. Good. Now widen the feet about the width of your mat. Bring your hands around to your thighs with your fingers pointing in towards the inner thighs. Yeah, and the heel of the hand is towards the outer thighs. And send the high knee way behind you here, like you're sitting down, but the arms are giving a little resistance so that the low back can get a little traction here. And then dip one shoulder in towards the center, and then the other shoulder in towards the center. And just do that a couple times, side to side. Come back to center, roll up. Widen the feet even more now and take the arms up into a five-pointed star. So we have this legs expanding out from the center, arms are a little bit higher than shoulder height, palms face forward, reaching up through the crown of the head, and just radiate your fine self out here into the universe. Good. All right. So now we're going to bring a little bit of movement into this, bringing the arms down about shoulder height. Palms are still facing forwards. Thumbs are pointing up towards the ceiling. Circle the arms. Doesn't have to be big. You can do big, but it doesn't have to be. Going around. Hopefully they're doing the same thing at the same time. I know my arms sometimes are like, I think they're doing the same thing, but they're not. And it's okay. I mean, I'm trying here. We're breathing as we go. And let's reverse it up. Opposite direction. Opposite direction. Good. And then come back to center. We're going to keep with the same thing again, but now flex the palms towards away from the body. And now circle again. Just a couple. And a couple in the other direction. Good. And then let the arms come down to the sides. Excellent. And roll the shoulders back one at a time. Just stay with it. Stay with it. Good. And now you're going to give yourself a hug. Opposite hand to shoulder. So you're bringing your hand across to the opposite shoulder. And then again, opposite. Lift the elbows the best you can. And then do a little twisting side to side. Soften the knees. And this is gentle. We're not looking to go to an end range at all here. It's just you're angling to one side, angling to the other. Come back to center. Make a mental note of which arm is on top right now. You're going to reverse it. All right, so now coming back in, opposite arm on top. Sometimes it takes brain power. I'm like, yay, I did it. All right, we're gonna lift the elbows again. And again, a little twisting side to side. And we're not looking for a lot here. We're not looking just a few degrees in one direction and then the other. Good. Come back to center. Drop the arms down. Hand to opposite shoulder again, but this time you're going to pull the fingertips over the top of the shoulder, letting the head go to the opposite side. So you're encouraging all these muscles along the top here to relax. Just say smooth out. Going across the muscle fibers. And then let's go with the muscle fibers. Just pet down towards the shoulder a couple times. You can even go down the whole arm. Down, 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 down. Smooth it out one more time. Oh, that's good. Good. And then opposite side, just pull across the muscle fibers. Head goes to the opposite side. Smooth it all out. You may notice just a few like pulls across. So the muscle runs up and down like this. So us pulling from front to back, we're going across the way the fibers are lying. You know, it's like these are the fibers, we're pulling across it. Sometimes that gentle like act of pulling across fibers can help everything just say, oh, I can let go now. I can let go. All right, let's pat it in the same direction as the fibers from top to bottom. Oh, that's good. Top to bottom. Top to bottom. Good. All right, so now we're going to need these like nice long muscles here. We're going to widen the feet a little bit more. Turn the left toes out, right toes in. Let the arms float up. Bend the left knee right into warrior two, looking out to the left, 2 miles out on the horizon. Hold here. And then come right into side angle. Left forearm comes down to the thigh, right arm reaches right up overhead or up. I'm sorry, the right arm can reach right up overhead or alongside the ear. Yeah. I love flowing from one posture to the other. It just reminds me, we're going back to warrior two. It reminds me like how resilient we are. Like we're able to change shape like this and readjust. So many things happen to just put you in this position within your body. And then you say, oh, yeah, but I'm not attached to it. I'm going back to this other pose, side angle again, tipping over, right forearm down to the thigh, feeling the strong legs holding you here. Back to warrior two. What resilience, huh? We can adapt so well. Exhale the arms down. And then lengthen out that front leg, pivot around, right toes turn out, left toes turn in. Taking the arms up shoulder height, bend the right knee right over the ankle. Good. You're looking out to the right, 2 miles out. And then you change it up over into side angle. You can take the arms straight up towards the ceiling or alongside the ear. You decide. Good. Let's come back to warrior two. Change it up. We change, we get into these postures and we say, I'm here, look at this. And then we change it. Side angle again. Right forearm down, left arm up alongside the ear or up overhead. Good. Back to warrior two. And release. Take the arms down, lengthen out the front leg. Good. And then we're going to pivot around to the side again. Bring the feet in so they're a little bit wider than the shoulders. Back to five-pointed star. Arms come up a little bit higher than the shoulders. Reaching up through the crown of the head. Find your full height here. Bring the hands all the way up. Reach straight up towards the ceiling. Palms face each other. Let the tailbone drop so that the pelvis is neutral. So when I say drop, I don't want it like tucked under. We want it just neutral, neutral. Just like you would be if you were in Tadasana or standing upright. Exhale the arms down in front. Palms face up. And then take the arms back up. Palms still face up. Inhale. On the way up, exhale as you sweep down. Backs of the hands lead on the way down. Palms lead up. Backs of the hands lead down. Palms lead up. Yeah, and the backs of the hands lead down. Palms lead up, up, up. Exhale. One more like this. Big exhale. Good. Bring the feet in just a little bit closer. Hands to the hips. Trace that circle around. Trace it. And go the other direction. My circle's more like an egg shape, and it's so cool. All right. Bring it back to center. Good. Bring the feet in so they're about one fist width apart now. One fist width. Take the arms up. We can interlace the thumbs, place the palms so they're facing forwards, and then stretch up a little bit more so you can find a little more room in your armpits. And then let's go into a little half moon, coming over to the right And the hip goes out towards the left to help counterbalance. And then inhale back up and go over to the left. Inhale back up. Exhale again. So you're just like a little flexible piece of grass going side to side. Inhaling to center. Exhale, sway over. Inhaling up. And exhale over one more time to each side. Inhaling up. Last one. Coming back up. Exhale the arms all the way down, 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 down. Good. Roll the shoulders back. Excellent. So now grabbing your blocks, and we're going to go into a triangle. But for this one, so if you watched last week, we did it with a tower. We're going to do it with a tower again this week. So build it tall, a couple blocks here, end to end, or you can have it flat like I have it here. One is flatter. Get creative with it. I don't need to tell you how to build a block tower, right? All right, so we want this block tower, ideally, when we come over and we put our hand down, we want it right under the shoulder. So it might take a little adjusting to get it just right, okay? So to be okay with like fiddling with it a little bit in or out so that when you come over, the hand is under the shoulder. I think that's good for me. Okay, so we're going to take the arms up about shoulder height here. Left toes are turning out, right toes are turning in. And we're going to slide over to the left. So now this is a lot of core strength here. The body is on this angle. The arms are like spread out. So we make the whole upper body a little bit heavier here. And then take the left hand down to the block, right under the shoulder. Right arm can be alongside the body here for now. And just let yourself situate so that the upper body really is over the lower body. And what I mean by that is that your butt isn't popping out behind you here. You really have the left hip right over the left knee, which is over the ankle, which is over the foot, okay? And then from here, we're going to do a little, there's a very subtle thing that happens in triangle where it's a twist in the torso. So we keep the hips happy where they are. So we're not jamming the lower hip to lift the right hip. We keep the hips right where they are. They're happy. And then there's this little twist that happens as the right rib cage rolls back a little bit. And once you have that nice little roll back, you can take the right arm up towards the ceiling. So everything just falls right into alignment here. Good. Good. On your next inhale, we're going to come up to stand. So on your next inhale, you can let that top arm drop, your hand to your hip, and then push off your blocks, come back up to stand, both hands to hips, pivot the feet around to the front. Take a little, this is a tiny circle, little tiny circle with the hips around one way and then the other. And then find your way back to center. Grab your blocks here, place them over on the other side, build your tower, take your time with it, make sure it's nice, secure. And then the right toes are turning out, left toes are turning in. And you might, again, have to fiddle with this a little bit to get it just right. I think that's good. Sometimes it's hard to tell. You know, sometimes you have to ask a person in the room, like, am I right? And they'll tell you, yeah, it's lining up. No, not lining up. So like, let me give you an example. What wouldn't be lining up is if I had the blocks all the way out here and I had my hand on it. Now you see how my hand is like totally out from under where my shoulder is. So I just thought I should give an example of how not to do it. All right, so again, we have the blocks right under where the shoulder is going to be. Take the arms up, inhale, exhale, and stretch, stretch, stretch. And now you're using your core strength here. You're really lengthening. Everything is so strong. And then take that right hand down, left arm right alongside the body. Good. And then find your alignment. So we're building it from the ground up. Right ankle, right below the right knee, right below the right hip. Okay. And this left hip, we don't want to keep rolling it back because then we run into the danger of leveraging our sacroiliac joint. And we are not interested in that. We want to keep that nice, strong joint here. So we don't want to leverage it. We just keep the hips where they are, where they're comfortable, and nothing is pinching. And then from there, there's a rolling back of the left ribs, a slight rolling back, a little twist to the spine, and then the left arm comes up. You can just gaze forward. You can look down. Let me cue you in. Those are like the two ones that like we have the neck muscles to really sustain those two positions. The one that we don't have crazy neck muscles for is the looking up. It requires some neck muscles we don't use regularly. So pick the best one for you today, best head position. And on your next inhale, we're going to come up out of it. We're going to drop the top arm, push a little bit off that block, come on up, hands to the hips, bring the feet in just a tiny bit and take a tiny circle. Tiny circle. Go one way and the other. Ah, that feels good. Good. Now coming back in with the feet, back in, back in, back in. Good. Shake the legs out a little bit, side to side. Shake the feet out a little bit. Good. We're going to do a variation on a balancing posture on the tree, where we're not bringing the knee to the side, but we're bringing it up to the front. So pick a leg. You can pick either leg. Swing it a couple times back and forth just to let the hip open up, let the whole joint here in the hip relax a little bit. You can hold on to a wall or a chair while you're swinging your legs. Sometimes that makes it a little easier. And again, you don't have to go kookaburra with this. It can be a really mellow, kick and release here. All right, and then bring that leg back in. Let's do the other side too while we're at it. We'll do both at the same time. Kick and release, kick and release. So the leg is coming behind you and it's kicking out in front a little. And this is gentle, not coming far here off the floor. All right. And then place that foot back down. Shake out the legs again. And then bringing whatever leg you've decided to balance on, that leg stays so the toes and knee and the hip are all pointing in the same direction. Opposite leg comes up with the knee bent a little bit. The toes can be on the floor, or you can lift the leg just a hair off the floor and then bring the arms up overhead so the palms face each other. Soften the elbows. Good. Exhale down. We're going right into the other side before we shake out. So you're coming into that standing leg on the other side. Toes come up in front. You can have the toes on the floor. Bend the knee or lift the leg a little bit. Arms come up. Round the elbows. Soften the hands. One more breath. Exhale down. Good. Now let's shake out. Like shake out the hips a little. You can give a little knock here on the glutes, on the outer hips. And then coming down the outer legs, shake it out. Massage, massage, massage. Yeah. All right. So now we're going to make our way down onto the floor. This is where you can grab the bolster if you have one. And if not, we're going to do a supported child's pose. And if you don't have a bolster, you can do a regular child's pose. So we're going to take the bolster and just slide it between the thighs here. And then drape the whole torso over it. Turn the head to one side, let the eyes close, and just nestle down. You can little shimmy side to side, feeling the spine release. Let the head fully relax onto the bolster. Or if you're doing a full child's pose, your forehead is on the floor and the arms can be out up top. Yeah, I like the supported one. It's good. And turning your head to the opposite side, if you're in the supported pose, just turn it the other way. Good. And then we're going to come down, pressing into the hands and legs here into table. We're going to come onto the bolster now. So we're like draped over it. So this is like our crocodile position. We're draping the whole body over the bolster. The head can come off the top. That's fine. If your head is coming off the top and it's like really hanging here, you can pile one fist on top of the other and let the forehead release onto the fist. Or you can use your handy blocks. Just turn the block on an end so that you have room to breathe here for your face. And you can let your forehead go. If your whole body is easily supported by your cushion, turn your head to one side. And just hang out here for a minute, feeling the full weight of the body, the legs draping out behind you. The pelvis is supported. Good. So now we're going to come up into a gentle cobra, walking the legs in towards each other. They can be a few inches apart. That's fine. Reaching the arms directly up overhead and then take them out to the sides, about 45 degrees open. On your next inhale, lengthen through the crown of your head and then begin to enliven the spine as you rise up just a couple inches. Walk the arms in towards the body a little bit to engage the side body. Hold here. And then come right back down. Hands come under the shoulders. Press up into table. Slide all these little props to the side. And come into your puppy stretch. Walk the hands out in front. Hips stay up in the air. Forehead comes down. You can even roll the head side to side, massaging the forehead. Oh, forehead. Oh, you carry so much weight here. We're letting it relax. You can tell so much from a person's forehead. At least my mom used to say when I was little, when I would worry, she could tell because I would get a little dent in my forehead. But I don't know. I think I had a dent there because I was jumping on the bed once and I landed on a too much information. I landed on a four-poster bed poker by accident, and I had this big unicorn horn that came out the front of my forehead. Maybe that's why I like unicorns now. I don't know. Oh, anyway, all right. We're going back to cat and cow. So walk the hands in back under the shoulders and just roll the back up and down, letting the spine elongate even more. Mm. And then come back to center. We're going to take the legs around into the front. Hands behind, feet separated about the width of the mat, and roll the feet in and out towards each other. Just roll it in and out, in and out, in and out. Good, good. And then we're going to take the legs in and draw the left knee in towards the chest, crossing that foot over the right leg. Reach across with the right arm, and then take the left arm up and around behind you. A little twisting action here. On your next inhale, let the back arm float up, over, counter twist right around to the other side. Counter, counter, counter. Balancing everything out. Come back to center. Good. Sliding your foot back out. Good. And then we're going to bring opposite leg in, cross it over, and then reach across with that left arm. Take the arm up overhead. Inhale. Exhale that right hand down to the floor. Twisting around. Good. Inhale your back arm up and counter twist right around to the other side. Come back to center. Roll it down onto your back. Knees can be bent here. We're going to grab the strap one more time and then lassoing that right foot. Extend the right leg out. So now your leg is a little more warmed up. Maybe you can go a little further into your stretch. And again, it's a gentle practice. We're just looking for that easing stretch, like going to like the perfect temperature of water. Maybe water that's just a tiny bit too hot. So it's like, and then all of a sudden it feels really good and you're finding more comfort there. Good. All right, we're going to release this knee back in towards the chest, release the strap, cross the right ankle on the left thigh again, and go into the position that feels best for you, either the left foot on the floor or hugging the left leg in towards the chest. Breathing here. Good. And then releasing it. Bring the left leg in towards the chest. Lassoing that left foot. Extending out. And again, we're looking just for that little bit of, maybe a little more feedback, but just enough so it feels like you can loosen into it. Breathe. And then releasing it, release the strap. Crossing the left ankle on the right thigh. You can stay right here. This is great. Or you can bring the right leg in towards the chest. You can hug it in. Good. And then taking both feet down to the floor. We're going to slide the legs out. Let them go out straight here. Coming into Shavasana. So if there was any other pose you want to do before you come into Shavasana, please feel free. You know, we didn't do an inversion today, but I think some days it's okay to skip. Some days it's okay to skip. And if you have your bolster and you want to place it behind your knees, that's a nice support for the back. And I know I've said this in other videos, but sometimes it's really nice too. You have all your furniture around you, so you can use it. You can, you know, like wiggle over to your sofa and bring your lower legs up onto the sofa seat to allow the legs even further height here. So if your back is compromised, the more support you have for the lower legs with the knees up higher than the hips, it's easier for the low back to release. It's easier for it to find its neutral place. That's why a lot of physical therapy exercises for the sacroiliac joint, they involve the knees over the hips, right? So because that's optimal for, but in this position, not seated. We're talking about with this relationship to gravity. All right. So anyway, coming into your favorite Shavasana position, tucking yourself in with a blanket if you like. Oh, I might grab a blanket today. I know I talk you guys through it, but I still relax. It's nice. I'm gonna grab a blanket. Yeah. Oh yeah. All right. So you're settled down, you're comfortable, and once you feel really set, you can let your eyes close and allow your body its full weight. Sometimes we hold our full weight back, but not today. Today we say, the floor can have it all. Give it right over. Surrender. Allow your breath to smooth out. Take a few drop away breaths in through the nose. Deep breath. Deep, deep, deep. Hold at the very top of the inhale. Exhale, blow it out through the mouth. Inhaling deep, deep, deep. Hold at the very top and exhale. Then doing one more. Feels good. All right. And now just dropping into your normal breathing rhythm, allowing your feet to relax. You can even repeat that to yourself. My feet are relaxed. Relaxing your ankles. My ankles are relaxed. Relaxing your knees. My knees are relaxed. Relaxing your hips. My hips are relaxed. Relaxing your low back. My low back is relaxed. Relaxing your belly. My belly is relaxed. Relaxing your mid back. My mid back is relaxed. Relaxing your chest. My chest is relaxed. Relaxing your upper back. My upper back is relaxed. Relaxing both shoulders. Both of my shoulders are relaxed. Relaxing your elbows. My elbows are relaxed. Relaxing your wrists. My wrists are relaxed. Relaxing both hands. Both of my hands are relaxed. Relax your whole face. My whole face is relaxed. Relaxing your scalp. My scalp is relaxed. Relax your whole body. My whole body is relaxed. My whole body is relaxed. My whole body is relaxed. Let your next breath be a little deeper and beginning to wiggle the tips of your fingers and the tips of your toes, letting your head rock side to side, stretching out in a way that feels good to you. And drawing your knees in towards your chest and rolling over right onto your right side. And just pause here. Let everything settle. Oh, let everything find equilibrium. And also feel the potential in this moment. You know, we have in transition, there's always a process of letting go of expectation, letting go of what once was, so that we can begin anew. So here we are symbolically in this fetal position, poised to be receptive to the new. whatever it may be. And using the left hand, pressing into the floor, coming on up to sit, coming back onto your cushion. Oh, sometimes a blanket is just so nice. All right, so coming into a nice seated position here, letting your eyes close, sitting to your full height. Following your breath once more, feeling yourself fully grounded, fully present. Poised to embrace your life. And when I say life, I mean, the life, the big part, all the happenings, all the people, all the events. Feeling your umbrella of consciousness throwing so wide so that it can encompass all these things as this witness observer, this ideal part of yourself that can observe and tell you how to react, tell you where to go next. That intuitive part of yourself that is all knowing, that's sitting with you right here, right now in this meditation. And so now let's draw our practice here to a close together with an Om. And bring the palms together and bowing to the light and the shadow in everything. Hari Om Tat Sat. And bowing to each other. Namaste. So good to practice with you today. So good. So I hope you're having a good one, and I'll see you next time. Namaste.